Good morning. In today's wrap, we cover IndiGo, HAL, TCS, ITC, Aditya Birla Real Estate, BLS International, Waaree Energy, SpiceJet, Gameskraft, CESC HUDCO, Bajaj Finance, Shree Shipping Patel Retail, Maruti Suzuki, Eternal, as cited, Adani Group, Jaiprakash Associates, Nayara Energy, and Ola Electric, plus the macro story on U.S. tariffs, bonds, and sectors to watch. Interglobe Aviation IndiGo, sentiment neutral. The Gangwal family will sell about 3.1% in IndiGo via block deals worth 7,020 crore, priced around 5,808 per share, a 4% discount to the market. This increases supply and can weigh on the stock short term, even though business fundamentals remain strong. A 150-day lockup on further sales provides a timeline for any additional stake moves. Banks running the deal include Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and JP Morgan. Overall, it's a liquidity event with limited strategic impact. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited sentiment positive. HAL is set to place an order for 13 GE F414 engines for the LCA Mach 1A, separate from a larger LCA Mach 2 technology transfer pact with over 80% local capability. With 97 additional jets recently cleared, engine delivery bottlenecks have eased and production cadence is improving. This strengthens India's aerospace ecosystem and HAL's long-term revenue visibility. For investors, it signals continuity in defense indigenization and a robust pipeline across LCA variants. Tata Consultancy Services, sentiment positive. TCS has created a dedicated AI and services transformation unit led by a new CXO, Amit Kapur, effective September 4th. It consolidates AI and data teams, collaborates across service lines, and leverages global paceports to deliver AI solutions faster. The aim is to re-engineer offerings, deepen domain expertise, and scale value realization for clients. For a services leader, aligning structure to AI demand is a smart port, low-risk lever for growth. ITC Limited, sentiment positive. ITC seeks CCI approval to acquire Aditya Birla Real Estate's pulp and paper business for 3,498 crore via slump sale. This backward integration can steady input costs and support packaging-heavy categories, potentially improving margins and supply assurance. Approvals are pending. Once cleared, execution on integration will be key. Overall, it's a strategic, returns-accretive use of capital aligned to core strengths. Aditya Birla Real Estate, sentiment neutral. ABREL progresses toward divesting its pulp and paper unit to ITC. It reallocates capital to core real estate, simplifying the portfolio. The benefit depends on timing of approvals and redeployment of proceeds. For stakeholders, watch for deleveraging and project pipeline updates after the sale completes. BLS International Services, sentiment positive. BLS secured a 2,055.35 crore UIDAI mandate to set up and run district-level Aadhaar centers. This is a sizable multi-year project that broadens BLS's e-governance services and offers recurring revenue with government counterparty risk. It also strengthens operating leverage as the network scales. Waaree Energy's sentiment positive. The company's U.S. arm won a 452-megawatt module supply order from a leading utility-scale developer. Large overseas orders support factory utilization and validate product competitiveness in advanced modules, diversifying revenue away from domestic cycles. Currency and execution remain watchpoints, but momentum is favorable. SpiceJet, sentiment positive. SpiceJet introduced paperless boarding at Shillong Airport to reduce queues and speed up processing. While modest at network scale, such digital steps improve customer experience and turnarounds, critical for a low-cost carrier's efficiency and brand. Gameskraft, sentiment negative. Gameskraft will not challenge the new online gaming law banning real money games. The company now faces the need to pivot product strategy rapidly, impacting revenue from skill-based RMG formats. For the wider industry, this signals a reset of the regulatory landscape. Sentiment neutral. CESC invited short-term power purchase tenders for April-June 2026 on MSTC's Deep Portal under MoP guidelines. It's prudent procurement ahead of summer peaks. Pricing outcomes will determine margin impact. The action itself shows robust planning. HUDCO sentiment negative. HUDCO withdrew a bond issue as yields rose and investors asked for higher coupons. Funding costs have climbed with sovereign state yields, potentially pressuring spreads on future disbursements. Near term, expect cautious borrowing tactics. Bajaj Finance, sentiment negative. Bajaj Finance also pulled its 5,000 crore 10-year bond plan amid unfavorable yields. With the cost of funds up, NBFCs may shift tenors or rely more on bank lines. Monitoring ALM and margin guidance will be important. Shree Shipping Global, sentiment neutral. Listed at a 7% premium to issue price, intraday high faded into a close near offer price, implying balanced demand and some profit taking. Price discovery will reflect order wins and margin delivery in coming quarters. Patel Retail, sentiment neutral. Strong listing pop, tempered by a lower close reflecting mixed appetite in choppy markets. Execution on store expansion and like-for-like growth will drive medium-term re-rating potential. Maruti Suzuki India sentiment neutral. Chairman R.C. Bhargava highlighted lithium dependence on China and the capital intensity of cell plants, 20,000 crore, explaining industry caution on in-house cell manufacturing. Maruti's EV roadmap will likely prioritize partnerships and external sourcing until supply risks ease. Eternal, as cited as Zomato's parent, sentiment negative. FE reports GST demands of 240+ crore with intent to appeal, alongside a cited operating revenue figure for the June quarter. Regardless of naming, the tax overhang could weigh on profitability optics pending outcomes. Investors will watch for clarity and legal resolution. Adani Group, sentiment positive. CCI's in-principle nod for acquiring Jaiprakash Associates, contingent on winning the insolvency bid, could add strategic assets in cement infra, strengthening vertical integration and regional presence. Process and pricing discipline are key. Jaiprakash Associates, sentiment neutral. A potential pathway emerges via co-seed decision. A credible buyer can stabilize operations and unlock asset value. Timelines and recovery rates remain uncertain until final approval. Nayara Energy, sentiment neutral. New CEO Taimur Abbasguliev takes charge after leadership changes prompted by sanctions. Strategic and compliance continuity will be central to operations in a complex crude product market. Ola Electric, sentiment positive. Gen 3 scooters gaining PLI eligibility lowers effective production cost and supports scaling. Product lineup and localization are tailwinds as demand expands. Execution on deliveries and quality will matter most. Outro. That's today's 10-minute brief. Macros, movers, and what it means. Follow for crisp daily market intelligence.